What up, ladies and gentlemen? I hope everyone's having themselves a gorgeous, beautiful, magnificent day. And I was having a pretty good day until my hearing aid. They gave me like a replacement hearing aid, and it clocked out. It just stopped working, and it's very frustrating. Um, in this video, I'm going to explain what it's like to have hearing problems as a blind person or a visually impaired person. First of all, I can barely hear myself talk, so I'm sorry that I sound absolutely terrible. Like a like a rabbit, like a rabbit with buck teeth chewing on cotton. Um I don't know where to start. There's honestly so much. Like, I rely on my hearing for everything. Like, I listen to music. I love my music. Um, to communicate with family and friends. And for the most part, I can't do that. It just gets super frustrating for everybody because they can't really communicate with me. Like, I've had people like scream in my ear to communicate with me. But even then, it's not conversations. It's only like, answers or questions. You just feel so alone, so like stuck, like trapped. Like there's not much you can do, And if you're having a bad day and you want to have a conversation with somebody, you can't really do it. The people that I'm living with to communicate with me a little bit will sometimes text me. And I'm not a big texter for people who are in my lives because there's no way to express emotion in texting. And I'm starting to find that it leads to arguments sometimes. So I can go to the store, but as soon as I'm there, I tell them what I want. I point to my ear. I don't know why, but I point to my ear and I say, my hearing aid broke, or I'm having a hard time hearing. So I just have to really hope they get me what I want. And even then, like, they're trying to talk to me, or like, I had a cab driver today try to talk to me, and I could tell by the tone of his voice that he was really friendly. And, I felt bad because I wanted to have a conversation with the guy. I just can't. I heard him say here. He said a sentence that ended with here. So you have to kind of put two and two together when you have hearing problems and realize, oh, the vehicle stopped and he said here. So I'm guessing he's probably at my address. Or like, sometimes family members will spiel a whole sentence, and I only understand the first word and the last word. So you try to understand what they say without hearing basically anything of what they said. And in the past, this has led to arguments, right? It's like people will be like, "Did you hear me?" And you get tired of asking them to repeat themselves, that you just say yes. I talked to another blind deaf person that does this too. It's very common. We just don't want to put anybody in an uncomfortable spot where they have to keep repeating themselves, so we'll just say yes. And yeah, it gets very frustrating. You're alone, you're stuck, you're trapped, you're bored. I'm fortunate enough to be able to hear my headphones, but that's basically it. And even then, it's very quiet, and it gets kind of boring. So, yeah. Oh, also, people try to grab me or try to tell me, like, ask me if I need help. And they don't know that I have hearing problems, like strangers. And I'm coming across as ignorant or rude, when in reality, I just cannot hear what you're saying. I'm sorry. And they take this as an invitation to grab you and drag you. I had a girl try to drag me in, well, I don't know their gender, but I had a person try to drag me away from the store I was going in today. I was headed to the cannabis store, which is like just beside the superstore. So they probably thought I was going to the superstore. Blind people smoke weed too. That's the way she goes. Not all of us, but a lot of us do too. But don't take that as an invitation to just grab me. I made a couple videos before about why you don't just grab visually impaired people or blind people. Like, I have a white stick. Most people think I'm completely blind because of the stick. And sometimes I can see it in their face when they grab me and I turn around and glare at them, right? They're like, well, this blind man's glaring at me. This blind man's looking into my soul. But all terrible jokes aside, that's what it's like being hearing impaired as a blind or visually impaired person. Hope you all found this video entertaining. Leave a like if you do. Listen, it has been my absolute dream to have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Honestly, there's not much else in this world that I want. I'm not going to say the cliche, corny thing that you guys are thinking. Obviously, there's things I want more in this life. But this would make my days a hell of a lot better to have 1,000 subscribers. It would mean the absolute world to me. Yeah, look, little tear running down my cheek. But that happens because of my eye condition. But have a good one, and leave a like, leave a comment. Peace and love.
Stop recording video.